himself, who has painted these beautiful pictures that are scenes right from Ireland. It is Tim Maloney, self-taught artist, so incredibly talented. He's going to walk us through each option, but it comes double matted, it comes framed under the glass, true pieces of artwork, and you're getting a certificate of authenticity. We're going to go through the options with the artist himself because I want to ask him about the wonderful inspiration as he created all of these. But I do want to tell you, customer top rated. We'll read those reviews, but for those of you who have received any of these prints, absolutely love and adore them. Great reviews at QVC.com. Use that item number to search H198907 is your item number. Come on out. This is the star of the show, truly. You're so incredibly talented. Hi, Tim. Good to see you.
Great to see you.
Oh, my goodness. And we have so many options to get through in a short amount of time. But what was the inspiration? Why did you want to bring to QVC the Glendara Art?
Well, I love painting the west of Ireland because there's some absolutely spectacular scenery there, and I also like to paint characters in the landscape. I feel especially the older characters, the older Irish characters, they have a great affinity with the landscape and they fit into it, and I like having them in my paintings.
Oh, and speaking of paintings, stand by you. Our first one is Homeward Bound. What did you do here in Homeward Bound? Oh, it's stunning.
Oh, Homeward Bound. Well, I grew up in County Clare in Ireland in the 50s and 60s, and this is a scene that I would have remembered, the turf cutting and the people working on the land and cutting the turf. And this is at the end of the season where the farmer is on the way back to his lovely cottage, and you can see the smoke billowing from the cottage.
That is gorgeous.
This is a lovely sign that there's a fine turf fire burning for him, and probably a hearty meal.
Ooh, welcome home. Gosh, what a backdrop to enjoy that meal. And as we move through old times.
Old times, then, as I say, I like painting characters in the landscape, and these characters, they were they always had time for a chat. And when I painted this, it reminded me, it said, we should always have time to talk and always have time to have a chat with each other.
Isn't that important in 2019? What a good reminder. Now, this is fun. Quiet Man Bliss. If you are a John Wayne fan and you love those movies, this is a great nod to those John Wayne movies, right? Or to the Quiet Man movie, I should say.
Yes, yeah. Of course they were inspired by that wonderful movie of the 50s. And there are two scenes there. The first one here, the quiet, Welcome Home, Quiet Man. It's sort of depicts when Sean Thornton first laid eyes on his grandmother's ancestral cottage. This was the wonderful thrill he got when he came across the bridge and saw the Welcome Home, his cottage. The other one, the Quiet Man Bliss, then is inspired by the end of the film, where he wins the heart of Maureen O'Hara, and they settle down in this lovely cottage called White O'Mourne.
So this is Quiet Man Bliss.
This is Quiet Man Bliss.
Welcome home, Quiet Man here. And as we go to our next Fisherman up next, I like that we're showing you that it is explaining the scene, and then Tim Maloney right here has hand signed these. These are all hand done, no duplicates. That's why it's limited edition with that certificate of authenticity. We're kind of running out of time, but let's go through what the Fisherman represents.
The Fisherman, well, this is a very calming picture, and I love to sit in front of this when I'm feeling stressed, because I say that scenery has been there for thousands of years, since our ancestors were around, and it's never changed. So it's nice to see that something continues.
Okay, so the princess girl in me loves that you did a castle. The Bunratty Castle, where's that?
That's in County Clare. It's a very famous castle, and there are lots of visitors come there every year. There are medieval banquets there, and beside it is Dirty Nelly's, where you can sample the most wonderful Irish traditional music, and have a creamy pint of Guinness.
Ooh, okay, now we're talking.
Yes.
And the Cliffs of Moher, now that is on my bucket list.
Yes, the cliffs, also a wonderful scene in County Clare, probably the most outstanding coastal feature not only in Ireland but also in Europe. And I'm so lucky to be within an hour's drive of the cliffs, and I regularly go there, but I never cease to be amazed and in awe at the wonderful scenery there.
Absolutely beautiful. So those were all iconic Irish prints for you. And then, of course, because it's Christmas in July, Tim, you did more too Christmassy, or I should say, wintry scenes. So Let It Snow.
Let it snow. Yes, it doesn't snow very often in Ireland, but when it does, the cattle and animals have to be brought indoors, and that's what this farmer is doing. And even though it's a winter scene, I think the warm tones give a nice glow to the painting.
And then Christmas Eve. Oh, the best day of the year.
Best day of the year, and you can see the excitement in the children's actions there. Their excitement is even heightened by the fact that the snow is beginning to fall. The candles are lighting in the windows. It's a sign of welcome
So
to
heartwarming.
one and all.
Only 100 Christmas Eve remain. Some of these are getting very limited. Remember, these are limited edition, 2,000 prints done. Here's your certificate of authenticity. The measurement here is going to be, and it says on your certificate, a 20 by 15. And then I just wanted to show you on the back, it is ready to hang. And then the sentiment of the painting and what it represents in Tim's eyes is right there on the back for you. It's double matted, it's framed. You've got glass on the front to protect it. Signed by Tim. What a beautiful job you did, and thank you so much for coming to QVC.
Thank you, Christine.
That's